If you look at your programs, you'll see the first speaker on our program tonight is kind of carrying forth with something we started last year. That's having a judge come and talk to us, at least providing a perspective on things. And so tonight, that speaker is Arthur Gilbert. According to his biography, he is one of the most well-known judges in California. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's my pleasure to present the poet laureate of the Court of Appeal, Justice Arthur Gilbert.
So, oh my goodness, is it nice to be here? Gosh, I looked at the inscription. It says comments. I thought it says comments from on high. And now that I see what it's, I thought it said Gilbert is high. And I'm not high. I've never been high. And if I ever was high, which I never was, the statute of limitations has run. And it's really fun to be here and see some, boy, what a turnout. And to see old friends, Joe Haddon is here. And Joe and I were in the same section in law school. Joe, where are you? Do you remember that? How many years ago was that?
A lot.
A lot. It was 1960. And I remember the first day of law school, and we were in the same section. See, G. Gilbert had, and Gene Prosser was the dean of the law school. And I couldn't eat breakfast. I had a nervous stomach, and I almost threw up on the way in. I'm in there. I got this green Harvard book bag, and I bought all these books. And Dick Renier, believe it or not, sold me my books. And they were all out of date, naturally. So anyway, it's the first day of law school, and we're sitting there, and this, I swear to God, this happened. And we're sitting in the tiered student classroom. And Prosser is going back and forth. And he says, all right, look to the left, and look to the right. One of those persons won't be here at the end of the year. You know, really encouraging words to students. And I look to the left, and I look to the right, and I almost had heart failure. I was sitting on the aisle. So anyway, I'm really pleased to be here, to honor two distinguished jurists who have maintained the standards of excellence of the Ventura Superior Court. Now, one of these judges I really know quite well, and Kent and I go back about 27 years. But I've been, do I look that old? 27, I was a fetus when I first met him. So Kent and I go back to the early days of the Court of Appeal. And I remember he was hired by Steve, do you remember Steve Stone? Yeah, of course. And he worked for then presiding Justice Stone, who in those days, if you recall, Steve Stone was commonly mistaken for Prince Valiant or Ringo Starr on a Critic and Diet. And I was never confused about Steve's identity, because neither did Prince Valiant or Ringo Starr, for that matter, wear plaid polyester suits. But now I think he's a partner of Warren Buffett. He's really doing quite well. And it was much later before I actually knew what Kent looked like, because Steve was at those times a very nervous chain smoker, and you had to be in conference with him all the time on his cases. And when you first joined the firm, you were wearing a gas mask all the time. So you were. And Steve used to cross and uncross his legs so many times. He was very, very nervous. He's very calm now. And he used to cross and uncross his legs every time. And I remember Kent signed him up for an audition for the Rockettes. What the heck was going? But whether our opinions that we wrote back in those days were valued or not, they were known for their clarity. Some said our opinions sucked, but they sure were clear.